sheriff crossing, we get the land back. So I don't care what committee you talk to or it goes to, it should come to the city council. And that's why I brought it to you. Bobby Allen, I appreciate your time. And I do want to state also, Mr. Kelly, thank you. And I'll be bringing it to the next, question. The next meeting we're going to have is either going to be at the Park District, not the Park District, the Library of North Chicago as a second general meeting place. I did contact the school system to have the third meeting at the school, and then between those two to talk with economic development, you and the Planning and Zoning Board, because you can't find land for them to do it. Go ahead and do this question.
Alderman, any word?
I just wanted to state to Mike Durson and Mr. Kelly and to Charles Janeway, thank you for having the foresight and looking at our city and trying to bring some economic development and jobs to our city as well as revenue for the city. So I do want to thank you for the presentation this evening. I also want to thank Bobby for allowing and agreeing to having the presentation this evening. It's just tremendous what I heard. This is my first time hearing it. I knew it was something about going green. That's all I knew. And using energy, using energy through other means besides how we currently do things. So this is an awesome opportunity, and I would really ask and recommend this council and the mayor and the city to move forward at looking at this particular project. It looks really good, and I'm impressed, and I hope that the rest of you are as well. So thank you again, Bobby. I appreciate, Alderman, that you let the presentation come to the council floor.
All right, go ahead.
Can I ask a couple questions, if you don't mind?
Okay, go ahead, Mayor.
Mr. Kelly, are you still on the line?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I have a question. First and foremost, you said 8 to 10 acres. And how is your plant set up? How would your plant be set up? You would just bring, this building that would generate the power. What size building is that?
Sir, typically a 2,500 ton per day plant is going to occupy about 250,000 square foot plant.
Which is about how many, as far as,
How big is it?
yeah, how big is that? Is that a half acre, a quarter of an acre?
So that's about 5.5 acres.
Okay.
So it's about 5.5 acres. And would all the landfill and everything that you bring to the plant stay inside that building?
100%, yes, sir.
So all the municipal waste goes inside the building, and there would be no resilient outside of the building? In other words, there would be no landfill? Okay.
There's no water, there's no air, there's no soil, everything is 100% contained in a pressurized environment. And that's part of our EPA compliance and how we comply with whatever land use requirements there are, whatever zoning requirements there are, and fully compliant with the Clean Air and Clean Water Act.
Okay, so, I've heard of plants like this already being established throughout in other areas. Now, you say you have 2 landfills that are up and running now?
No, sir, we don't engage in any form or fashion of a landfill.
You have 2 plants that are up and running. Now, excuse me, I didn't mean landfills.
Georgia.
Yes, sir, yes.
One in Charlotte and one in, you said Berlin?
In Georgia.
Those are our prototype plants, sir. We have other plants operational.
And where are they located?
We have a global presence.
Okay.
We just finished a very large plant in South Korea.
What plants do you have here in the United States?
Well, sir, we have provided our technology of gasification for public and private entities, primarily in deregulated power states state of Texas, in Georgia. We've got, in Washington State, in Oregon.
So you've got
We
these,
have,
you have these
we
plans,
get a
you have these plans up and running in those states already?
that's correct, sir.
Okay.
Also, California does got it.
Yes, sir. In California, we have an effective waste medical disposal plant in Los Angeles.
And in these places that you have, are there, do the cities authorize tipping fees to them? Do you give tipping fees back to the community?
Well, sir, typically, what we've done thus far is we have provided and licensed our technology to private companies that then have contracts with the municipality. And yes, they do charge a tipping fee for that waste disposal because it eliminates the landfill altogether.
Okay, I mean, back to the community, not to other communities. So we would be receiving tipping fees from you regarding the garbage regarding the waste that would be coming into our community. Is that correct?
If you have, that would be, yes, sir, that would be a consideration for use of your roads. Any municipal, real property asset that would be associated with supporting the site location of our plant would either be part of your tax millage structure or a separate fee that you would charge.
Okay. No, I'm just trying to find out as much information that I can regarding your process and what it could bring besides jobs to our community. Naturally, you always want to try to generate jobs into our community, but I would think that one of our concerns, at least my concern, would be the fact that other municipalities are actually bringing waste into our community, and what aspect would that we would be able to recoup because of that process, I guess you say.
Absolutely.
So, okay.
I got one question. I'm worried about if you put in a certain area the garbage, what about the smell? Because you're bringing that garbage all into my city here, how much smell would that be? Because I know we have a situation right now in my ward, and we have a lot of problem with the smell. So, that's
I will
what,
tell you, sir, that in all of our experience thus far, we do not have any problem with the plant emitting any odors. Now, I can't speak for if rail cars are bringing trash in, that the incidental odors associated with where the rail lines run, because that would be something outside of our control. The respective state environmental laws that would limit the ability of that truck traffic or rail traffic to enter into the respective areas would be the controlling mechanism for those types of odors.
okay. I just wanted to know,
So with these rail cars that you're speaking of, so you're speaking of bringing waste disposal from throughout the state or throughout other states also?
I would think that because of the cost of the actual logistics associated with rail and crash anywhere, that it would be limited to the two regions that we showed on the map from your State Department of Environmental Quality, being the greater Chicago Cook County area and the Peoria area, regions 1 and 2 for Illinois.
Mm-hmm. So these rail cars, and I would think also probably semi-trucks of garbage would be coming in also?
Yes, sir.
Where would these be stored? Inside your plant?
Well, typically the flow Yes, sir, but any storage, incidental storage, would be inside the overpressurized environment for both the vector problems as well as the odor problems.
Well, that's what I guess my question would be. Would you be storing anything outside, waiting for that to go into your plant to be processed?
The only outside storage would come by way of the respective shipping container, either the trailer on a pneumatic haul or the rail car itself, until that time it would be on a floater.
So you would have rail cars and tipping containers outside your plant waiting to be brought in, and that's what you're saying, that smell would have to be controlled through the EPA?
As it currently is, yes, that's correct.
But we would be responsible for the odor that would be in our community if the EPA did not move forward.
Well, sir, I would tell you that the way you pose the question, the only answer for that is yes. But I will also tell you that as it stands right now, every waste transfer station where waste is transferred from collection vehicles to 18-wheeler tractor trailers that hauls the landfill, all of those same ordinances will apply. All we're doing is intercepting the waste that's coming from a waste transfer station. Instead of going to a landfill, it will come to our plant. The waste will then be offloaded on the working floor inside our plant.
Well, waste transfer stations, though, Mr. Kelly, my understanding with waste transfer station is that everything is stored inside and there's no waste outside. The trucks come in, they dump, they have an enclosed building, and at the end of the day, they clean up that site and no further trucks are stored on site. Is that correct for a transfer station?
Absolutely, yes, sir.
And you're saying, but you're not set up that way.
No, identical to that, sir.
Okay, so but you're saying you're storing things on site.
In the container that ships them, sir.
Okay, so the rail cars that will be shipped, are they stored on your site until they're ready to be brought into your plant, or are they stored inside your plant?
That's correct, sir.
Wait a minute, no. You didn't understand what I said.
Right.
Are you storing the rail cars and your shipping containers outside of your facility, outside of your building itself?
No, sir.
Okay. So See,
I guess, sir, the difference is the waste, your municipal solid waste, MSW, is a fuel. And as a fuel, we protect it as a fuel. When it arrives in a rail car and it's in between shifts or during a preventive maintenance schedule event, it will remain inside our plant, inside the rail car, until such time as we can process it out.
okay. That's what I'm trying to understand.
The same, of course, would apply to.
So there would be nothing so that's what I'm saying. There's nothing stored outside of your facility regarding waste.
Nothing exposed to the elements. That's correct, sir.
I didn't quite that.
I didn't like the element.
Give me a better understanding now. You're twisting words in a little bit there. Is anything stored outside of your building that we waiting to come in to be processed?
Not outside the building, not outside the control of our plant. No, sir.
Okay. All right.
I think it's best to, okay, go ahead. We got Alderman Mayfield got a question for you, Jim Kelly.
Basically,
Yes.
it's more like a statement. I'd like for you to work with our economic development department, because some of this, I am sure, some of these questions they will be asking you, and I think we probably will have a better presentation and all of the questions can be answered if you would be willing to work with our economic development department. We're always,
Absolutely.
we want jobs here, but there's still some questions that probably, you know, everybody needs to understand. And I don't.
Then I will tell you that having met with the Deputy Director of Environmental Quality in your governor's office there in Springfield on this very subject, it is very important that land use zoning be in coordination with the Environmental Protection Agency and Department of Environmental Quality, because none of the permits that we will require for operation approval by the state DEQ will even be entertained unless we have the appropriate planning and zoning approvals by the municipality.
Okay. I'm gonna
For that very
recommend,
reason.
that you contact Nimrod Warda and kind of talk to him. He can help you through some of that. And then we can go from there. That's.
Yes, ma'am.
If you could, you know, make sure that you get in contact with Nimrod, because, you know, I think we would like to talk about this further, but.
And I'm sure trustee January, you have his information, true?
Sure, I thought that I gave you guys oh, you didn't see that?
Yeah, bring it back up so we can get, all
Hold on.
right.
Mr. Kelly, I'm gonna give the aldermen, there's 7 of them, and a few citizens, your cell phone and email address. If they have any questions, they can email you. So I'm gonna, can you,
Yes, thank you very much.
can you, wait, hold on, I'm challenged. Can you, give that information to them verbally right now, because I took it off the
Yes.
screen, and if you can give them your telephone number, or just repeat it, and Bobby can get it, and I'll give him your information, and they can call you, whatever.
If it can be passed on to our economic development.
I can do that.
650
Nimrod.
Bobby, you got the number.
798-7396. Mr. Kelly?
Yes, sir.
650-798-7396. That's the number you hit up on
Yeah,
the...
the telephone number on your card.
That's from Mr. Evans Beauchamp, the CEO of Warhorse Power.
Give them your cell phone
Give
again.
your cell phone.
Yes, sir, my cell phone is 337-255-7951.
Okay.
What's your email for them too, please? J. Kelly, K-E-L-L-E-Y, at Ouroboros Power, I'll spell Ouroboros,